Hi everyone, well I hope this is going to work because it seems to be playing up slightly on my mobile, but we'll take a chance on it as always. And right, let's get seated. Not been a bad week, although I had a few problems with my legs as usual. Eyesight's not great, but we carry on, and the time now is a bit late today, getting on for 5 to 6 in the UK, and it's the last day of the month, 31st of August 2025, and here we are once again. I've changed the angle of my mobile and I've done a few little alterations here and there. Got a pile of books behind me that I need to sort out from my bookcase. I don't know what to do with them. Just like to say hello to a few people. Thank you for your comments, always appreciated. In particular, Brian, Pat, Bernard, David, Sven, a farmer in Oregon, I believe. I can't remember your name. It escapes me for the minute. And some of the call signs. There's somebody, I think in New Zealand. Can't remember the call sign. I'm G6HXW. But that's about enough for me for the moment. I've been messing around with the keyboard as usual, and hopefully I've got some nice sounds on here, and what we're going to play. What sort of tempo have I got in here? Right, okay. Alright. We'll keep it at that. the first song that came into my head was I Can't Believe I'm in Love with You. Can't tell you anything else about the song. I think it was sung by Michael Holiday, perhaps, at one time. But probably lots and lots of people have sung it over the years. The book I have here of Tuition, which is the Kenneth Baker Complete Organ Player, which I adapt for playing on keyboard, and which I always used when I was teaching music about 40 years ago. May have been 40 years ago. When was this published? Does it say? It does. 1977. Gracious. And 1987 it was revised, and this is the later edition, so it's 1987. So there we are. Here it is, the cover. I'll show it to you like that, in case you want to go and see if you can buy it, which I expect is still on sale. And we've got as far as playing a tune called Top of the World. So we've got C7 in it, and F6 and G7. There's a couple of chords, there's an A minor 7 in it. There's a couple of chords that I would personally like to put in that are not on the page. So when I come to play it, my brain wants to play what I think is the correct chord. Because what happens is with these tunes, they bring it down to a level which beginners can manage, and they just slightly tweak some of the chords. So although it sounds reasonably okay, my head, my ears tell me there's something that needs a bit of a tweak, and I want to insert that tweak. Anyway, we'll give it a go. It says it says swing, and alongside it, instead of a crotchet, it's got a minim, so, and then an 80, which means that it's really played at 160. So if I push the tempo up to 160, that's how I would read it. Hopefully it won't be too fast for me. Let's see. Just change that sound. Okay, that seems about right smooth for it. Okay, so here we go. It's in the key of C, and it's 4 beats, common time, 4 beats in the bar, and here we go. Oops, forgot to turn the sync start on. Nearly tweaked one chord, but managed to just stop myself. top of the world, or top of the world actually. Not really the letter or the word on, I mean, it's top of the world. I think is my cover coming off? Yeah, possibly. Okay, right, so that was our little bit of tuition for today. Had a few other things that I could mention, but it's too complicated to mention on this video. It's about coders and repeats and other things, which I don't want to make it too tuitional for the people that want to listen to me play. I did forget to put one particular sound on here, which threw me slightly, but hopefully it will turn itself back. Yep, I hope so. It's just set. Yep, it's my piano sound. Yeah, I've got lots of little sounds here now, on here. I've managed to start to sort myself out now on this, and you'll see if you can look at my keyboard here, there's lots of lights all lit up. So I've got all this bank of sounds here. I've got slightly different ones here. I've got some arpeggio harps looking around, and various main variation sounds here I can change. So I think I've got a pretty good setup at the moment, as long as I don't delete it in error. Right, I've got a couple of notes down here. What have I got here? Oh yeah, a tune called Sentimental Journey. What key should I play that in? Oh, I don't know. I'll find out when I get started. sentimental journey. You know, I found that the best thing for me to do is not try and think of something out of my head and I can't think of anything. Just make a few jottings down on a piece of paper during the week as something comes into my head. So that was one of the tunes that I'd written down on a piece of paper, which I've got in front of me. There's another one I've got here, similar sort of thing. You Belong to Me. This one I'm pretty sure is in the key of C. So, and it's the same kind of foxtrot tempo. So maybe I might just take it down a tempo, a little bit, and play it at 96. And hopefully it won't be too slow. So we'll see how we get on with this. An intro, I'll think of something. What am I playing? Forgotten already. Oh yeah. You Belong to Me. I I did use the transpose button, which I hate using because it throws me, and in actual fact it did. So as I did the transpose, so my brain kicked in and said, oh, hold on a minute, something's not right. But I recovered as soon as I could, and played the rest of it all right. But it does throw me. My brain kicks off if something gets altered from what appears on the notes, because of my so-called perfect pitch. I've never believed I've got perfect pitch, but that's what I was told when I was doing grade exams. Kept on getting it 100% right every time. But I don't know so much. You know, I've got a tune down here, which used to be my mentor's signature tune. My mentor being the late Jackie Brown. Not the Jackie Brown from films, but the Jackie Brown that was a well-known theatre organist, especially on the Granada cinema circuit, way back in the days of the 50s. I remember he used to be at the Granada cinema in North Cheam, south of London, and that would have been back in the early 50s. And in fact, he used to live in my road, about maybe 50 doors down. And I used to stand outside his house listening to him playing the organ, and he eventually one day became my mentor, simply because, well, I won't go into details, but there we are. He was one of the managing directors of one of the branches of a certain organ company, and he used to take me here and there to various places where they had organs, like the Dome. Was it the Dome? Yes, it was the Dome in Brighton, and in the pavilion there, where a certain organist wouldn't allow me to play the organ there because he said it all was set up for his performance that evening, so I wasn't allowed to touch it. But anyway, so this was a tune that I used to play a lot. I don't think I can do it anymore, but it's very complicated because I rearranged it and I've got all my own writings down there, and because of my bad eyesight I can't even read my own writing. It's got certain chords like A flat ninth with a flattened fifth, G9s and G11s, and a sequence of chords, one per note, of going B flat 7, A 7, A flat 7, G9. And I try to get through it. Played normally as a quick step. I don't know whether I could play it these days. I could try. Maybe I could take it a little bit slower and see how far I can get. But I reckon I shall probably make mistakes in it. Let's just see what happens. messed up. I couldn't read a chord at one spot where I just could not see what it said, and I played the wrong one. So I had to quickly try and recover my composure and get back into the tune again. So yeah, it says up here, arranged by Lionel Leighton, copyright 1987. It was in 1987 I attempted to rewrite this. It was a tune by Jerome Kern, music by Jerome Kern, words by Oscar Hammerstein the 11th. Sorry, second, 2 1s. I had a go at trying to rearrange it, and I used to play it at 192, and I've just done it at 112, and I still made a mistake. But I might play it again sometime in the future. If I keep working at it, I might be able to completely remember how it went without struggling to read it on the page. What else am I going to do? Oh, I don't know. Let's finish off. It's about time. Yeah, I've been on here long enough, about half an hour. How about, let's see if I can speed things up a bit. Let's go back up to my usual quick step tempo, which is 192, especially for the old folk who want to dance quick steps. Let me just check this. Yeah, this will do me. And that was Picking a Chicken, which I believe is a tune that originates from South Africa. So I think, I could be wrong, maybe somebody will let me know in the comments. I believe there's somebody out in South Africa that does listen. I hope that all of you have enjoyed my little session today, and it was a bit better than I've done in recent weeks when I've been struggling a bit with the keyboard, but it's beginning to come together a bit now. I hope that I'm beginning to feel the swing of it all, if that's the right word. And I'm going to say goodbye to you all. Hope you have a good week. It's been a strange week for weather in the UK, and there's rain expected again, I think, soon. It's been sunny for most of the day. I'm going to say goodbye and to ask you to do the likes on Facebook and shares, and also on YouTube to do the likes and the shares, and also, even more important, to subscribe. I really would love to get up to 2,000, but I don't think that's ever going to happen at my age. Probably never will, but it would be wonderful if it ever did. So I've got a goal in life to try and get to 2,000 subscribers. Okay, my customary goodbye, and I hope the connection is holding up. Oh, there it is. Couldn't see where the hand was for a minute. At the back of my mobile. Bye!